What's up, Cowboys Nation? It's your boy, and today, we've got some huge news that's shaking up the entire NFL and sending Cowboys fans into full-on panic mode. If you haven't heard, then you're in for a wild ride, because the Dallas Cowboys have made a blockbuster move that no one saw coming. The Dallas Cowboys have pulled off one of the biggest surprise trades in recent NFL history, and it's sending shockwaves through the league. Let's just say, Cowboys fans everywhere are reacting in disbelief right now. The man of the hour? BYRON Murphy II, the standout cornerback formerly with the Arizona Cardinals, has just been traded to the Dallas Cowboys in what's turning out to be one of the most unexpected trades of the year. That's right, folks. BYRON Murphy II, a playmaking, ball-hawking cornerback, is now a member of the Dallas Cowboys, and this trade is already making waves across the NFL. Whether you're cheering or shaking your head in confusion, you can't ignore the magnitude of this move. For years now, the Cowboys have been looking for a way to upgrade their defense, particularly their secondary, and it seems like they've found a perfect fit in Murphy. But this trade isn't just about the Cowboys adding a great cornerback, it's about everything that led up to it, the immediate impact it will have on the team, and what this means for the Cowboys' Super Bowl aspirations moving forward. So, let's dive into the details and break this down. Now, let's talk about the timing of this trade. When the news first broke, I have to admit, I was a little shocked myself. We had been hearing all sorts of rumors about the Cowboys making moves in the offseason, but this wasn't exactly on anyone's radar. At least, not in this way. The Cowboys didn't just add another depth piece to their secondary. They went out and got a legitimate starting cornerback who has the ability to transform their defense. And when you think about the timing, it becomes even more interesting. With the Cowboys in a position where they're one of the top contenders in the NFC, it's clear that Jerry Jones and the front office are all in on making a run at the Super Bowl this season. This trade tells us that the Cowboys are looking to make a splash in a big way, and they're doing whatever it takes to position themselves as a championship-caliber team. The Cowboys already have a dominant defense, with players like Micah Parsons and Trevon Diggs leading the charge, but adding someone like BYRON Murphy gives them another weapon to potentially lock down opposing wide receivers in the league. Murphy has been known for his ball skills, his physicality, and his ability to step up in crucial moments. He's been a reliable cornerback for the Arizona Cardinals, and now, with his addition to the Cowboys, the team's defense just got even scarier. And that's where the shock value really starts to hit. Because let's be honest, this trade is a huge statement. A statement that the Cowboys are tired of falling short. They're tired of getting close to the big game and coming up just a little bit short. And honestly, who can blame them? With the talent they have on both sides of the ball, the Cowboys should be a Super Bowl contender. But up until now, it feels like they've always been one or two steps away from putting it all together. And if you've watched the Cowboys over the years, you know that their secondary has been one of the key areas that has held them back from reaching the next level. Trevon Diggs has been an absolute stud for Dallas, no question about it, but the depth behind him and the consistency from other cornerbacks on the roster hasn't always been up to par. That's where BYRON Murphy comes into play. The man has the ability to immediately come in and be a game changer. He's a lockdown corner who can take away a team's best wide receiver on any given Sunday. And that's exactly the type of player the Cowboys have been searching for. Now, let's take a closer look at what exactly the Cowboys gave up to make this trade happen. If you've been following the NFL news over the past few weeks, you've probably been hearing a lot of chatter about the Cowboys being linked to various cornerbacks and defensive players. Some of those rumors had us thinking that the Cowboys might make a big move for a star player, but no one expected them to give up what they did for Murphy. In exchange for BYRON Murphy II, the Cowboys sent the Arizona Cardinals a second-round pick and a fourth-round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Now, on the surface, that might seem like a steep price, especially when you're talking about a player who's had his share of injury issues in the past. But when you break it down, this is actually a pretty fair deal for the Cowboys. A second-round pick is a valuable asset, no doubt about it, but when you're talking about a cornerback of Murphy's caliber, it's a price worth paying. Murphy is a proven player with a high ceiling, and if he can stay healthy, he's going to give the Cowboys a major boost on the defensive side of the ball. And when you look at the Cowboys roster and their current window for winning, this trade is one that could pay off in a big way. The Cowboys aren't in a full-on rebuild mode. They're in win-now mode, and this trade reflects that mindset. The Cowboys are looking to take that next step and finally make a Super Bowl run, and this addition gives them the depth and talent they need to compete with the best teams in the NFC. But here's the question on everyone's mind: what does this mean for the Cowboys' defense in the short and long term? Well, to put it simply, it means that Dallas just became an even bigger threat. Having two elite cornerbacks, Trevon Diggs and Byron Murphy, on opposite sides of the field gives the Cowboys one of the best cornerback tandems in the league. And in a pass-heavy league, that's a luxury that most teams would kill for. Think about it, quarterbacks are going to have to pick their poison when they're facing the Cowboys. Do they target Diggs, who's a ball hawk and has a knack for making big plays, or do they go after Murphy, who can do the same thing on the other side? The Cowboys are going to be able to lock down wide receivers in ways they haven't been able to in years, and that's going to make it extremely difficult for opposing offenses to move the ball. But that's not all. Adding Byron Murphy also has a ripple effect on the rest of the defense. With two top-tier cornerbacks, the Cowboys' pass rush will have even more time to get to the quarterback. Players like Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence are going to benefit from the added coverage on the back end, because opposing quarterbacks are going to have to hold onto the ball longer than they would like. And that's when the Cowboys' pass rush can really shine. The Cowboys' defensive line is one of the most talented in the NFL, and with the addition of Murphy, they now have the ability to disrupt opposing quarterbacks in a way that few teams can match. But we can't forget about the concerns surrounding Murphy's injury history. It's no secret that Murphy has dealt with some injuries in the past, and that's something that Cowboys fans are going to have to keep an eye on. Health will be key for Murphy moving forward, because when he's on the field, he's a difference maker. But if he can stay healthy, there's no doubt that this trade will pay off in a big way. Now, let's talk about the reaction from Cowboys fans. As you might expect, the fanbase has been absolutely buzzing since the news broke. Some fans are absolutely thrilled with the move, while others are a little more skeptical. But no matter where you stand on the trade, it's hard to deny that the Cowboys just made a bold move to improve their defense. The team is going all in this season, and that's something we haven't seen in quite a while. Cowboys fans are eager to see what this move means for the team's Super Bowl hopes, and rightfully so. This trade could be the difference between coming up short and winning it all. The question now is, will it be enough? The Cowboys have been one of the most talented teams in the league for years, but they've always fallen just short when it matters most. This trade is their way of saying, we're ready to take that next step. But whether it pays off will depend on how well Murphy performs in Dallas, and how the rest of the defense steps up to complement him. As we head into the season, all eyes will be on the Cowboys' defense and how they handle the challenges that lie ahead. One thing is for sure, though, this trade has Cowboys Nation buzzing, and the excitement around this team has never been higher. So, what do you think, Cowboys fans? Is Byron Murphy the missing piece to the Cowboys' Super Bowl dreams? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's talk about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest Cowboys news and updates, and as always, go Cowboys!